Hi, and I've got Gabby here today, and welcome back to my channel. Today is a day off from work, and it is just a totally do things kind of day. I had to go to the store first thing and get puppy and kitty chow. I got them some really nice wet foods. I had the window open for a sec, but it's like 1 degree outside. It's just really hot in here right now. And so I got kitty and puppy chow because we were all out, and so Gabby was very excited to eat breakfast this morning, and I just fed Charlotte too. Charlotte's our cat, Gabby's our puppy, and she will be barking throughout this video, I promise. But Gabby, stop! Come here, come on. She's so stubborn. Watch, in a few minutes she'll come over and jump right up. But what? In this video, I'd like to talk a little bit about my daily routine, especially my morning routine, and just a little bit about how, like, every morning, the first thing I do is get up, go to the bathroom, and then weigh myself. I don't usually wear clothes or anything while I'm weighing myself. Once in a while, like if I don't weigh myself first thing, I'll wait till after breakfast and usually a cup of coffee. Lately we haven't had coffee here at home because our Keurig broke. I think this weekend we're going to get something new. I think maybe an upgrade to our old Keurig, maybe something that holds more water or like serves a bigger cup of coffee, because the coffee, the max that we can get is a 10-ounce cup, and that usually fills our cups only about 3/4 of the way, and then it's just too much milk to top it off. And it's just kind of like, not a burden, but kind of annoying to have to refill another K-cup and use 2 K-cups for 1 cup of coffee, or 3 K-cups to fill 2 cups of coffee. I don't know, just we need something different. So maybe that's something we can do this weekend. But that kind of starts my morning, is weighing myself, coffee, and breakfast every morning. And I have to eat breakfast because I take a certain kind of medicine for my disability that I need to eat before I take it, morning and night. So with that, I have a full meal with each time I take my medicine or before I take it. So I either eat breakfast or dinner before taking my medicine. And it's usually around like 12 hours, like 10 to 12 hours apart. So I usually eat breakfast. If I'm eating before work, which is always, I'll either eat like right around like 7 o'clock or like 10, depending on if I'm going before or after I drop off Zach. If I eat before or after I drop off Zach. But Gabby, it's okay, baby. Stop. And so, then I have 3 meals a day every single day. I don't always have 2 or 3 snacks. I'm allowed to have up to 3 snacks, 3 to 2 times a week, and then 2 snacks every single day, between breakfast and lunch, and then lunch and dinner. Usually I try to have something with protein, either that, a piece of fruit, or some veggies. So that means like Gabby, meat and cheese roll-ups, or like a few pieces of like deli turkey or chicken with like a half an apple. I'm not a huge fan of peanut butter, so I don't usually eat it. Like once in a very great while, I'll have a little bit of my oatmeal, or just taste it if I'm making Zach like a peanut butter sandwich or something like that, because it's one of his favorite snacks to eat. So knowing that about myself, I have to find other ways to like find protein, which is usually with meat, or cheese. Cheese is more of like a fat kind of thing, like a serving of fat more than it is a serving of protein. But dairy oftentimes offers a lot of protein options too, like cottage cheese, or like a hard cheese like cheddar or something like that. Is really good paired with some deli meat, or just an apple, or some grapes, or whatever fruit. I really like a variety of fruit, so I love like mango, melon, berries, like pomegranate, anything like that. I love any kind of fruit. I don't think I've ever tried a fruit I don't like. So I know a lot of people have a hard time with dragon fruit because it seems kind of flavorless. But to me, it's really delicious, and I actually really enjoy eating it when I do get it, which is also once in a while, because it just seems like they're not always in season in Maine. So it's usually like a summertime thing, is to get some dragon fruit and have it with breakfast or just as a snack on its own. And my options for breakfast a lot of the time are either eggs or oats. So I'll either have like two easy side over easy eggs, or a quarter cup of oats with banana and fruit, berries, whatever I want to put in it. And then I really like stevia, but I also really love like light or dark brown sugar in my oats. And then I'll have it with a little bit of soy milk or whatever milk we have on hand. I'm really not that picky. I do try to be more careful with dairy in the morning, just because I find that it just goes better with my day if I save my dairy for like if I'm gonna have some cheese that day. I don't really drink milk on its own. Once in a great while, I'll have a little sip of something I'm serving Zach. I'm kind of a scavenger when it comes to certain foods, and the only time I ever eat them is if I'm serving them to my husband. So it's kind of like a good way. It's like a little bit of like self-control in that way, where like I can only taste it or have it once in a while, because I do love dairy and I love milk and cheese products. I love ice cream, anything like that. But knowing that to have them only in like really moderation is really important for me, because I grew up not drinking a lot of milk. Even as a kid, I didn't really like drinking milk. And then when I was like 15, 16 years old, I just started drinking soy milk and eating soy products instead of dairy products. Um, like I said, I've always eaten cheese almost no matter what. I'll just have regular dairy cheese just because it's really delicious and it's actually quite healthy. And a lot of the time, what people question is good for your cholesterol really isn't that harmful or harmful in any way at all. And the cholesterol found in like cheese and meats and eggs is actually beneficial to you in a lot of ways. I can't exactly say how or why, but I know that like it actually is good for your heart and circulatory system and everything like that. So where people think it's like clogging your arteries, if you eat it in moderation, I think where it really starts to become a bad thing is when you have unsaturated fatty foods, like fried food from like a gas station, or like McDonald's or something like that, like food that you know is very low in nutrient density and is really calorie dense food and doesn't have a lot of nutrients and is just full of unnecessary stuff that is just not good for you. I know unsaturated fats are typically not the best, but if you have like a handful of chips like a couple times a week, that's not going to kill you. But that's just what I've learned from watching other nutritionists. And in no way am I a nutritionist or at all like a dietitian or somebody that you may look for advice from on a professional level. I have taken 3 years of just pretty like entry level nutrition classes. The most I got into was like sophomore level classes with my nutrition. I went to college for 3 years for an art degree, and then didn't end up getting my art degree, and didn't fulfill my my credits for my what do you call it, my minor. What my minor was nutrition in college. And there was an event that happened in my life in 2017 going into 2018 where I had to withdraw from my classes, and I just have not returned yet. If I'm going to, I don't think it's going to be into art or nutrition. Maybe stick with the minor in nutrition, but if I were ever to go back for school, I would definitely go back for business instead of art. Excuse me, because I definitely have like the skills and mindset of an artist, but I don't know, like sorry, I'm wiping my nose on my shirt. I know it's disgusting, but I don't have a tissue on hand. Yeah, so I have the skills of an artist, but I need the skills to learn how to handle my artwork or other people's artwork in a business setting if we're ever going to deal with selling artwork or something like that. So maybe getting a BFA or something like that, or maybe just an associate's degree in like, I don't know, accounting, something like that would be really neat. So that's something that I would look forward to doing in the future if I were ever to go back to college. At this point, it's just not, I don't have the time in my schedule or the money in my wallet to go back to school. With that being said, I do, that all came from going back to nutrition. But like I said, this is a disclaimer. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm just giving you information that I've learned from watching or talking to, a personal dietitian or nutritionist or a doctor of nutrition, or a doctor that focuses in nutrition, should I say. And, for me, it's all about learning. I could talk about this kind of stuff forever. I know, just like some people, like in real life, like my friends and family know that it's my passion, because literally like, half my conversations are about, foods out there. Like I love cooking and eating and everything like that. So it's really important. But along with what I said about my morning routine, and weighing myself every morning, I am down almost 3 pounds since last Thursday. And I know that it still has to do with me emptying out my gut and everything like that. And if you haven't seen my other videos, I was severely backed up and ended up in the ER because I hadn't gone to the bathroom in about a week. And I was just extremely bloated, swollen belly. Like it was really uncomfortable, and it was really awful to see myself like that, and it made me really upset. And so I took some steps myself to take care of the situation, but it just kind of made things worse. And there ended up being some little tears in my intestines and like lower half that like caused some like discomfort from the bulk in my stomach. And but I got it taken care of. I went to the ER. They gave me some treatment, and everything was taken care of. And I think right now I'm back to normal. And if anything, I'm doing even better than before. I do know that in the next few days, I'm going to be starting my lady cycle. I'll be starting my period pretty soon. And so I'm a little bloated, a little like low energy right now today. And overall, just basically feeling a little like moody. And I know that it's just, that's what it is. A little PMS, I guess. So I know that's probably going to affect my weight a little bit in the next week or so, but in a couple weeks it'll be less or back to normal. So that's that. I just need to watch what I eat this time, because last time I did really good, but the time before I ate a lot of chocolate and a lot of cookies and stuff. So I just need to be mindful of what I'm putting into my body during this time in my body's cycling, and know that in the future that it's always going to be like this. The week before, PMS sucks. And I know that the cravings that I get, like sweet things, chocolate, candy, whatever, there are always healthy alternatives to those things. And sometimes it is okay to indulge and have things like ice cream and cookies, which is something that Zach and I just had last week. I made cookies and brownies, but they were gluten-free because he's also watching his gluten intake, because he gets upset tummies when he eats bread and stuff like that. So with that being said, Zach and I have both been losing weight. I know I talk a lot about my weight loss journey, but Zach has also gone from like something like 265 down to like 238, something like that. He's lost a crazy amount of weight just since August. And I know that we both are trying really hard to better ourselves in that way, and that it's so important because health is so important. But with that being said, like I said a million times, with that being said, I'm gonna get off this video and play with Gabby a little bit. Gabby, she's such a goofball. I'm such a goofball. It's okay. We're just goofballs together. Zach's a goofball too. We're all goofy. But I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Mwah.